Chapter 3.
We are now at the halfway point of the game.
Nice. This is a long-ass game.
Only 4 chapters, surprisingly. Now, as to how difficult those chapters are going to be.
Yeah, and the chapter designation is very arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like, I guess after every boss fight, as they conclude a chapter.
Seems like it's sneaking, 3 fights, sneaking, 3 fights, sneaking, boss fight.
Yeah. Our transformation after each cutscene gets more and more jarring.
Best Sailor Moon ever.
Yep. I once again did not follow what the guy was telling me to go find out, so let's pick a place at random and see if it's the correct spot.
Well, we need to find some guy called Macinius.
New fortune coins spawning at random. Now, if I were Macinius, do I go to the forum or the city gates? The forum's usually a safe bet.
Yeah. I'd say, where are the brothels? Because that seems to be where most of these politicians hang out all the time.
Yeah, but our character is 15, so he doesn't think of that.
All the time.
Yep.
Antonius has proposed the grandest gladiatorial games the world has ever seen. He believes that more lives must be sacrificed in order to honor the death of a hero.
Guys said they were going to abolish gladiatorial tournaments, but the guy on the pulpit is shouting, there should be more and more violent gladiator tournaments.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the sign says no more gladiatorial tournaments, but someone's put in like a comma and an exclamation mark, so it's no more gladiatorial
Yep.
tournaments.
This is Lionel Hutz. Reach into the choir.
Also, that lion's head should not be there at all. Maybe.
Interesting. Oh, this guy's investigating too. Maybe he's further along than we are.
Columbo on the case now.
Yeah. Antonius's estate.
So for a second there, I misread that oration in the forum is onion in the forum. Right here.
I never would have thought to talk to that random guard.
Yeah.
Good thing I did. Turns out that's the one important guard in the whole damn game. Caesar stood his ground and fought for justice.
Roman justice, sir.
Yeah, basically.
As to what that justice might have meant to literally anyone else.
Hey, I'm Caesar's nephew. Aladdin would never get away with this shit.
But he also had a monkey.
Oh. Told us to help ourselves.
Well, it's not as much fun when you just say help yourself.
Yeah. Ruined my good time. And there's bricks we could have been throwing this whole time.
Right.
Yeah, happy Pride.
Perfectly good.
Last day.
Perfectly good lumber everywhere.
Yep.
How could this happen to me?
Is he trying to do like a John Cusack outside of someone's window? Forgot the boombox.
All he has is like a lyre, or a really tiny harp.
Yep.
But all he can do is just play ancient Roman body limericks. There once was a girl from Pompeii. Nah, I'm just going to stop you right there, buddy.
Sensors. Okay, the gate is the place we're supposed to go. Interesting. Can we just walk in? No. We gotta kill the guard. Ah! Got him. I thought he was gonna go down.
Seriously, that guy can take an apple to the head.
Then he socked me with his apple. Interesting. So, this apple is part of a puzzle.
Hmm.
Like, maybe we're supposed to whip an apple at the guard. Yeah, and the guard's gonna be like, this apple-eating prick threw an apple at me.
Yes! Yeah! Just got it at the same time.
Good thing I have one apple left in order to do this. It was him.
You.
Going sword first. Good prank, Octavianus.
Yes, he still has an apple in his hand, so
Yep.
clearly...
He was double fisting apples before we got here.
Just cramming them into his face like popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was giving out freebies. This guy went to town on those free apples. The dog came with me.
That was actually kind of a funny puzzle.
Yep. Like, so many of the stealth sections are, it seems, intentionally hilarious. It seems out of sorts with the rest of the game, but there you go.
It almost feels like they developed these parts first. And... Because it's starting to feel more... clever?
Yeah.
Developed?
It has better variety than the combat arenas. Because the combat arenas, you just want to go in there and fight people.
Yeah.
There should just be more and more people gradually as you go through it. But instead they add gimmicks, and most of the gimmicks are very, very bad. Whereas these, the stealth mission gimmicks, are generally pretty good.
Maybe not as intuitive as they could be, but...
Pretty
once you
close.
actually work out what you're supposed to do, relatively easy to... or straightforward to make it happen.
Yeah, there's a logic to them that a lot of stealth games on the PS2 era did not necessarily have.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see me. I'm changing.
Into what?
You don't want to know.
Every day I become more one with the onion.
Okay, I'm just supposed to head north from this location. This dog can open doors.
I could see it being a deadly premonition thing, and they were worried a lack of combat would make the game sell poorer. Honestly, my belief is that they didn't have any faith in the combat itself, and added in a lot of the sneaking stuff just to add some kind of variation.
Yeah, like you're going to two markets when you add stealth, because stealth was extremely popular, so
Yeah,
people were looking for their Metal Gear Solid fix.
there's a lot of the. I remember reading a lot of magazines at the time that did reviews of the game, and there were the overwhelming majority of them said words to the effect of, "The combat is the best thing about it. Why don't they have any faith in it?"
Yeah.
And I think they just kind of felt there wasn't enough variation in the game, or people aren't going to want a game that is just merciless bloody combat over and over and over again. Which, hi, have you met the gaming populace circa 2000 to 2010?
Seriously, Manhunt came out the year previous, which I guess further solidifies why they would want stealth, because it's a stealth game, but people were not playing Manhunt for the stealth.
Yep.
The emulation of this game is weirdly blurry, and I don't know what to do about it. It's especially bad during the Octavianus sections.
That was a common thing in a lot of PS2 games of the era. They would add like a blur filter rather than any anti-aliasing.
Yeah, I was thinking it might actually be like in the game, because the emulator cannot fix it. I've tried every setting.
Yeah, no, it's a pet hate of mine. Shadow Hearts 1 and 2 were really bad for it. Nocturne was really bad for it as well.
Interesting. I don't remember that about Nocturne, but I guess if it was so common in the era, I would not have noticed it.
Yeah. Nocturne and Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 both had it. And it wasn't a thing that I noticed until I started playing on HD TVs. Because when I got my first HD TV, it was only like 19 inches or so, basically a monitor.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, obviously I didn't know how like PS2 games looked on a flat screen. And then I saw it and was like, oh, this looks like crap.
Yep.
And as I said, it's not as bad when you play it on a CRT, but the blurring is really noticeable on higher definition or higher resolutions, I should say.
Yeah. And like playing with composite cables on a CRT TV looks fantastic. I do it all the time. But if you run a composite cable into an HD feed, you will not be able to see what is even going on.
I surprisingly have a very good flat screen. It's very old. I got it from a friend when I moved in, so I'd have a TV from a spare room. It has like SCART and composite, which shows you just how old it is. Thing's only like 21 inches and it weighs a fucking ton. But plugging a PS2 into it, not quite as good as a CRT, but way better than plugging into like a 4K TV.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the happy medium in that I can still, it's a relatively modern TV that I can use most consoles on, and doesn't look like complete garbage.
Yeah, that's the best you can hope for a lot of the time. Darts.
You missed lots of death. The onion is now taking over our head.
Who are you? Who are you?
Why did I throw a dart at this guy?
Dart versus sword.
Oh god, the waiting. There. No more waiting. That is a speedrun strat if I ever saw it.
Is it really speedrunning if it's actually speeding up the game?
Who are you?
Technically, that's the ultimate speedrun.
I know that because Jedi Fallen Order, the cutscenes in that are completely unskippable. So a lot of the speedrunners use an actual mod to basically speed the cutscenes up. That's the only instance I can actually think of that.
In Super Mario Sunshine, they finally modded the game to skip the opening cutscene.
Hmm.
And they added a rule that even if you don't install that mod, you can just ignore the opening cutscene, take it off of your time.
Yeah. Ah, that's fair, because it is like 17 hours long.
Yeah.
Hey!
Ugh, what? Stay over there. Forget.
Help yourself to some forgetty spaghetti.
Yep. Take a forget me now. But the real problem is, what do I do with them?
Hey!
He's just always looking this way.
It says, enter the door on the right near the middle of the hall. So that'll be in the previous room.
Oh, of course. The door that doesn't show as a door on the map.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
Don't look up.
And there's this dingus.
Yeah. Okay. He forgot already. I saw this door and it just wasn't on the map, so I ignored it.
Yeah.
It's the bathhouse. So I guess we're just gonna watch ladies bathe instead of going on our mission.
Not the worst thing that ever happened in ancient Rome.
I mean, in ancient Rome, yes.
It's not great, but by comparison, it's positively saintly.
Grading on that curve.
Welcome to Rome, circa 40 BC. We invented a bell curve, but not in the way you think.
Robber!
Robber?
Robber! No!
Had a feeling it would not checkpoint me at the door. Ashens would give this 0 to 3 sad onions. So would I.
No space babies.
Who are you?
Fine, I'll just go up here where I'm safe.
Yeah, it just seems... Even the guide's basically saying, yeah, hop up here and try and hide behind a pillar where they can't see you.
Yeah. Like, get the attention, sneak into the area, make them forget. Use your Jedi mind powers to erase their memory. We thought it was an exploit, but it's the best the guide can come up with.
Yeah, literally.
Hey!
Fuck this. That's a
Yes, good call.
checkpoint of sorts. What's your deal? Okay. I guess we're not a robber if we don't run. Okay, they found me. Oh, there's a naked guy. Can we take him?
This is awkward.
Okay, his clothes are in the corner. Maybe we kill him with the urn and steal his clothes? That's right. I got a save state.
Yes, 9 times out of 10, if it's not running away from guards, the key to progression is battering some old guy with an earthenware jug.
There he is!
Nope, we're a senator now.
You gotta believe me.
What was that noise?
What was that noise? I really want to see what the animation
No.
is for when they watch you hop into a jug.
Excuse me, sir.
Nothing.
You saw
Must have imagined.
nothing.
It's true. You did imagine it. You have a very disturbing imagination, sir. Imagining onion-headed senators wandering around.
Walking around willy-nilly.
Tch.
Apparently, in the bathhouse, there was a frog that we could pick up and throw at the maid, which makes getting a gold coin easier.
Ah. Well, it's a bit of a shame we missed that. I could load the state and try it again.
No, I think we've gotten this far. Leave it as it is.
Yeah, I think leave well enough alone. What's our
On
goal
the plus
anyway?
side, we are right at the end of this section.
Yeah. This one's been a bit of a pain in the ass. And it seems to be, like, busted. There's no way we did it the correct way, and yet it's the only way anyone has ever come up with in the history of playing this game.
That might be this area, because there's frogs just to the left of you.
There we go. Pet frog.
Oh no, you need to take the frog and go back to the previous room.
What?
To get this one, you'll need to leave the room after you get the Senator's toga, re-enter the room and grab the jug from the room with the Senator, sneak the jug by the maids and up to the guard side, strike him, and quickly get the gold coin from him.
That really sucks. Zero
The
chance of
frog
doing that.
itself, while outside Decius' room, throw a frog at the maid and then let her run off. Walk by the guard and you'll find 6 coins in Decius' room.
See, this time when I went through a loading zone, it despawned the frog in my hand.
Canis.
So it's weird that we now have to go back through other rooms and whip frogs at people. Given that the mechanics of the game seem to disallow that.
Tossing a frog like a frisbee.
Yep. Playing some frog baseball.
Frog baseball!
I understand. If it is Antonius who wants it to be so, I shall have to oblige.
Well, storylines are starting to converge.
We are dependent.
Soon we'll be playing the same game
Perfect timing, Agrippa.
instead of 2 completely unrelated games that just happen to both be taking place in Rome.
He has come to announce
Yeah,
that
we're just going to
Antonius
find
will be holding the
Octavianus in the
champions.
middle of an arena, and we're just going to, like, roll him up and whip him like a tail at enemies.
So, you are the Agrippa that I hear so much about.
We're gonna
Good
grab his head and eat it for HP recovery.
Ho, 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 ho. And because it grows back so quickly,
Yeah,
infinite healing.
it's the perfect cohort. Much better than the horrible ones we were dealt in the statue mission.
Chariot race?
Just think of it as a co-op mode. Not a very good one, but a co-op mode.
Do we talk to Sextus again? Yeah, looks like it. Probably not going to give us a chariot tutorial here in the training ground, so... Let's get in Circus Maximus.
Yeah. The underground arena is literally just additional fights.
Yeah, bonus missions. It would be cool if that unlocked something.
I don't know if they do. I doubt it.
Yeah, there's like nothing to unlock. Better starting weapons would be all you could really do.
Hmm. There's a couple of bits of unlockable armor you can get, depending on how many salvos you get across the game.
And it probably contributes to that, the bonus missions, I would have to assume.
Yeah. There's also a gorilla costume you can unlock if you complete all gladiator challenges. Which
Naturally.
I'm guessing includes the underground coliseum.
Probably.
And a couple of additional options if you get all silver or all bronze in all events. Oh, and all gold, obviously.
Naturally.
Gold Cup in on all arenas on Extreme gives you invincibility. Like, you need it at that point.
Hey, we might finally get tridents. Let's see what this is all about. We're going to turn Shadow of Rome into a car combat game.
Yep, this section is called Chariots of Ire.
That's what we've all been building
Making
towards.
that up, ladies and gentlemen, and
Oh. I was hoping that was a joke, but of course not.
Why can't we get that long axe in the regular game?
Seriously. One-handed even. Accelerate with X, slow down with square. Attack with L1, R1.
So, not too dissimilar from F-Zero.
Apparently I had to hammer X. It didn't say that.
Need to be careful with the horse stamina.
Interesting. It looks like our stamina is like... Huh. I can't read what the bar is supposed to be. Like when it maxes out, we're in trouble? That's the bad thing?
No, when it empties, you're in trouble.
Okay. Huh. So that's how we get weapons. Ran that guy into a wall. Gave him a nice pit maneuver.
Just the two of you left.
Yeah. We can make it if we try. Kill him. Or
I'm
not.
not sure if it's combat is limited to certain parts of the course, or if it's just you're within striking distance.
Yeah, it seems like Road Rash rules. Where
Yeah.
you get side by side, that initiates combat automatically. Ooh, taking the inside track. The guys aren't falling apart like I'm used to.
Yeah, a bit weak.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't attack the horses because that would be obvious.
Yep. One would assume that would be a salvo. Hey, I killed one. Let's kill some more. That's what I'm here for. I'm losing this wheel, though, unfortunately. From too much grinding. There's a salvo for, like, choking your horse almost to death.
So there's Fender Bender, force an opponent's chariot into a wall during a race using L1 or R1. Drive through. Pick up a weapon from a slave.
Yep.
Street Sweeper, pick up a weapon from the ground during a chariot race. Pick one from a dead slave, basically.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey, genocide! We truly are Roman.
I was just about to say that. Kill everyone.
Truly the Roman hero. At least that was fast.
Yeah, relatively.
3 minutes.
I think there's 4 of them here.
Interesting. I guess to compensate for how short they are.
Yeah. Okay, there's 4 total, but we only do 2 and then 2.
Okay. So this should be the last one of this segment.
Yep.
And then we'll switch perspectives, I assume?
Yep, then it's another sneaky section.
Yeah. Guess I'll try to ram them into walls with L1 and R1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I forgot that was a mechanic until, like, you mentioned it right at the very end.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that they don't let us choose our weapon. Given that there are multiple weapons to be used here.
Yeah, your chariot can suffer damage, and if you lose your wheels, then it's all over, basically.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Didn't want to test it.
Whereas if you get weapons from the slaves... Oh, that's a bit messed up.
Problem.
If you get weapons from the slaves, you don't need to get in as close to do damage.
It might have just screwed me over. It doesn't look like there's any rubber banding.
Yeah.
So if you hit a wall, you're just done.
It looks like there is a bit in the others will slow down slightly. Presumably to give you more of a fighting chance.
I think all I could have done would have been to sandbag even further, wait for them to lap me, and then when they come around, kill them.
Certainly one way of doing it.
Yeah. Like, that might have worked. That's cramming people into walls. Uh-oh. Your horse sort of goes into autopilot when you start a battle, which is nice, I'll say.
It's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah. You don't want to have to be rhythmically tapping X while also doing other stuff.
Ah, there's the slaves.
Yeah. I ran over one last time.
Yeah. I was wondering because I hadn't seen one yet.
I did, and I crushed him and killed him.
You still get a weapon from him, though.
Yeah, I did. That's how I got the whip. Towards the end of that last race. Yeah, kill him. I locked onto a guy that was like 2 spaces behind me for some reason.
Yeah, it's the lock-on in this game is really counterintuitive at times.
Yeah. Let's get this fight over with. We'll kill him later. But I was able to regenerate lots of horse stamina during that. Because I was locked in place with that guy. He was moving at a certain speed. I also had to move at that speed. Despite not accelerating and wasting any of my horse stamina.
Yeah, at least the horses recovered very quickly.
Yeah. Like if you tap rhythmically, you will recover enough stamina that you lose nothing. Like this.
Is it one of the Grand Theft Autos, Vice City? In fact, Vice City and San Andreas both had that, where if you tapped the sprint button, you moved faster than just holding the sprint button.
Not only that, but you would never actually lose stamina. Not enough to become exhausted. And that it's a glitch. They fixed it. They fixed it for the definitive edition.
There's a surprise.
Yeah.
Because
it was never intended.
Because you were just constantly going tap, tap, tap.
Yep. It was necessary until you got the upgrade.
Yep.
That allows you to do that naturally. I think I like this axe more than the trident that I got.
Yeah. Seems like the additional range isn't that much of a trade-off.
Yeah. It gives you weird lock-ons. Like, I don't get the weird lock-on as often with just the axe. Okay, he's dead. Disengage. Let him crash. You keep that goddamn trident.
Be careful, looks like your wheels are about to fall off.
Yeah, it is. I try to fight with the other side because it's more natural to lose the wheel on the one side. Just get me away from this guy. Or not. Fine, I'll fight him. Okay, that's what it disengages. Love it. Now my horse is tired because I was stuck to the guy I was trying to escape. I'm surprised this wheel is still holding on. Like, this is Axle with 1 HP levels of wheel wiggling.
Yeah, that really should be trying to work its way off into orbit.
Yep.
Doesn't say anything about the wheels regenerating or anything either. It's just once, any damage it takes, that's it.
Yeah. No pit stops. You can replace your weapons, but not your wheels. Thing is, you can't use your weapons without also grinding your wheel on the enemy wheels. But the other wheel is, like, actually got a lot of HP left. As long as we don't get hit on that side. Should be fine. Damn it. Of course they come in for that side, then. We could just swing our axe downward, and it would strike the enemy wheel and pretty much tear it to pieces immediately. Can't have that, though. They're getting away, and the guy in first is not engaging with me. Rude. Yep, as promised, this sucks.
You were in first place right up until that final fight. And then it looked like you actually slowed down in order to take him on.
Yeah, I did. I attached to the guy who was in third place. So the other guy just broke free because he wasn't attached to anybody. That's the only time there's rubber banding, is when you engage in a fight. But then you're, like, physically tethered to one another, and there's no escape. Yep. The only way to break free is to ram into them with your L1 or R1. And you can't do that when your wheel's about to fall off. Thing is, you do get to keep moving for a little while with one wheel, And I wonder if you limp across the finish line, first place, with one wheel, do you still win?
I mean, there's nothing in the rules that says a dog with one wheel can't play basketball.
There better not be. So I'm counting on it. I don't care about that wheel. That wheel, it's hard to get an enemy on that side of you. So we're probably going to be fine. We're not going to lose that one. Oh, the whip is pretty good.
At the very least, it'll make it easier to hit without getting your wheels fucked up.
Exactly. And that's like the big problem. Get him. That guy's sandwiched. I killed him.
Done.
Uh-oh. Bad turn. Okay, you got no wheel. Don't fight the guy with no fucking wheel. Get out of the race, you one-wheel prick.
Crash and burn already, Stumpy.
But I'm tethered to him. I can't break from combat. There we go. He's about to crash into a wall, so we're rid of him. Room to breathe. Till now. Hey, I killed everybody.
Room to breathe is when you've got enough room between you and the person behind you.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
Yeah.
That was acceptable. The successful run only took 2 minutes because we didn't go through most of the laps, so... That seems like you kill everybody or you lose.
Yeah, basically.
This is a race, nominally. There we go, stealth section. Did we actually accomplish anything in the last one? Or, yeah, we stopped, like, in the middle of our mission.
Yeah. Yeah, last time was just getting into the guy's house, essentially.
Yeah. Then it awkwardly, like, right when the action started, switched perspective. Seems like they didn't have enough stealth section for this chapter of the game. And then we throw off our toga, naturally.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a big area.
It certainly seems big. Okay, green guy came out the front, which I think is the maid. Maid's dress. You knew it was coming. What did we cram down our shirt?
Don't. I'm just gonna say Octavianus fills out that dress a little too well.
Happy Pride Month, Octavianus. It's the moment you've been waiting for. An excuse.
I'm just saying he adapted to that outfit so quickly he can't have not been prepared for it.
Yep. Ignore me. I'm not suspicious.
No, I am women. Look, boobs. They jiggle when they spin.
She walking away yet? Yes.
For me, it's just probably like not even the 10th weirdest thing I've seen today.
Yep. Yeah, I am. Please hit on us.
No, I absolutely am. Tee hee hee.
Do it. It's a slapstick comedy game. Do I have to clonk him, or is he going to talk to me? What's going on here?
Man, I stopped trying to work out what was going on in this game like 20 minutes ago.
Do I need to Buffalo Bill this lady?
I really hope not.
They need to recognize me as the specific woman, not just any woman.
Okay, so you need to walk further down that hall.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't you?
And then there is another banana gambit that needs to occur.
Delightful.
Sorry, bandana, not banana.
I was hoping it was
That
banana.
That one was on me.
Okay, there's a room full of crap way to the south. But also a guard that is looking away. Guess I could murder him.
You need the jug for your disguise.
How about the helmet? Does the helmet help my disguise?
Yes, we are part of the 3rd Armed Maid Platoon.
There we go. There's our banana. I saw another wine flask in here, which is why I went for the kill.
You don't look much like the regular girl. You're much prettier for one thing.
And your hairdo.
Shines like Mount Olympus itself.
Not suspicious. They only care about the uniform.
Yep, absolutely nothing suspicious about this whatsoever.
Not in the slightest. Cowards. Not letting him wear the dress in the cutscene.
Seriously. Just trying to picture him sneaking around with those double D strapped to his chest, whatever he had in there.
Yep. It's just blatant discontinuity is all.
I heard there was a swordsman at the contest who had slain one of your men from the Valcross troops. Who is he?
Vipsanius' son. I believe his name was Agrippa. His mother was executed recently, and he shows his respect by entering a contest. It is disgusting.
You just noticed with that big lion skin that he's got, it looks like he's constantly getting hugged.
You realize that you cannot go back to
Yep.
Rome, having
It's a weighted blanket.
to a low
Makes him feel safe.
theater.
Antonius, please!
Beneath that armor, he's a very fragile man.
In the upcoming chariot race.
Yeah, he's really only slightly bulkier than Octavianus in reality.
Yep.
And you wish to retaliate. Very well. I shall
Also, he's like
Octavianus.
shocked that we are entering the competition that he is the final boss of after he murdered our mother. And he still hasn't put 2 and 2 together. He's a worse detective than Octavianus.
I said it was nothing personal. Jeez. What more do you want?
I thought after I knocked him out with my deadly fists that all would be settled. There'd be no more beef.
Seriously, you can't kill anyone's parents without them seeking vengeance.
Found you.
What kind of a Roman Empire is this?
Sure.
Tail gauge, wonderful.
Yeah, remember how much fun this was in the original Assassin's Creed?
It was obviously the best. Nothing.
That wall, very suspicious.
Of course, we gotta tail the guy with his 6th sense. Just decides that someone's behind him. And there we go.
Octavianus.
Ignore me.
Who died made him the Grand Galactic Inquisitor.
Yeah, it's literally magic. That he thinks there's someone behind him.
See, I've been watching Babylon 5 recently, and one of the races in it, the Centauri, is based on a lot of the more decadent cultures, but in particular the Roman Empire. And they actually have psychics in their race. Oh, almost all the races do at this point in the future. So if that is the case, that would make perfect sense.
Octavianus.
Yep, can't argue with that. This is definitely a precursor to Babylon 5. Explaining the origins. Okay, he doesn't turn around if I'm not behind him. His psychic powers do not trigger in that instance.
Maybe he's Spider-Man and that's his spider sense kicking in.
Now this is throwing off the cycle of this guy who's going through the door.
Maybe you need to duck into the rooms when you start turning around.
Maybe. And there's this guy. This guy who forgot where he was going, so he just turns around and heads back.
What did I come out here for? Ah, God damn it, this isn't the kitchen.
Okay.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where Niger's room is?
Oh!
Careful. Looking like that, you don't want to be saying that too loosely.
Thank you for your help.
You are welcome, sir. There he is!
What? Well, this is a problem.
Yeah, maybe actually need to duck into the room when she walks past.
Something like that.
Or can you press yourself up against the wall?
Where Niger's room is?
That is worth a shot. She's heading my way.
That corner right there, yeah.
There he is!
In most stealth games, that would absolutely work.
Yeah. I'm
This one.
surprised that didn't work.
This one is hyper-realistic, though. What's in here, anyway?
Not much.
Literally nothing. The room next door has probably a coin in it. So I guess I should have gone in there. But our target's getting away.
Yeah. Absolutely no way we'll find him with our map of omnipotence.
Excuse
Yep.
me. Could you tell me where Niger's room is?
He's countering our psychic powers with his own.
God, speaking of South Park, as we were earlier, now I'm thinking of that one episode with Cartman and the Psychics.
Huh. I might have missed that one.
Cartman convinces people he's psychic, and goes up against of people who also think they're psychic, which mostly consists of them like holding out their hands and going.
So when you mentioned that, I thought you meant the like John Edwards episode,
Your instructions.
the guy who thought he could talk to the dead, and I think Cartman also pulls a scam like that as well.
And you are seen by nobody.
I know who John Edwards is. I just haven't seen that episode.
Return to your
Yeah.
normal duties then.
I think the episode was called John Edwards is an asshole.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's quite a more recent one.
Yeah.
See, it's one of those shows where I'll just put on like 2 or 3 random episodes, without actually thinking much about continuity or what season it is.
Yeah, continuity does not matter in that game. Oh, he called a guard.
Octavianus, what are you doing?
Although we did watch Bigger, Longer, and Uncut the other week. And I am very happy to say I still know the words to 90% of the songs in the film.
I saw that one once. I was one of the people who got trolled by it being a musical.
See, I had a friend who, because it came out in the States in like May or something, it didn't come out in the UK until mid-June. And a friend of mine was in the States at the time and got me the soundtrack for my birthday. So I was already, ahead of the game in knowing that it was a musical.
Yeah, that kind of spoils it.
But I didn't know. I can't say I didn't know. At the time, I didn't know that half the songs were essentially based off well-known musical numbers. Like one of the songs is basically taken wholesale from Les Miserables.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one that I got.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that either, but I still recognize the Les Miserables one.
Yeah, I only got that relatively recently, like the last 5 years or so. Because I've more or less managed to avoid seeing it my entire life.
Yeah, I don't know Les Miserables myself, but I know enough that when a French person is dying tragically, that's the reference.
I am doing nothing but following the instructions of Fair Antonius.
Les Miserables might be like the only musical that has
Management of the
like an actually good, agreeable message to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you get down to it, it's all about a bunch of very good people dying in very stupid ways for very dumb reasons.
Yep. And like the big
And
villain
also-
is like a detestable fascist guy.
Yeah. I was going to say, and also the whole concept of obeying the letter of the law as opposed to the spirit is bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, McCanus, this is how much the qualifying round.
Whereas like the most popular musical these days is American Propaganda, Hamilton.
I was going to say Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon is also way, way up there. Which is just kind of like shitty and rude, but not actively harmful.
Yeah, and ironically done by Matt Stone and Trey Parker from South Park.
Yeah, which is because they're really, really good at writing musicals, it turns out.
Yep. They've actually said in the past that they have to be very careful because they, on the one hand, they want to put in more songs in their episodes, but on the other, they don't want to turn the show into a musical.
Yeah.
So they have to use them very sparingly, but they still try and put in at least 1 or 2 per season.
I feel like they should just go full musical. Might get them away from the politics.
They should basically try and do like a Schoolhouse Rock episode.
Oh, definitely. That's a great idea for them.
And it's surprising that they haven't done anything like that yet.
Yeah.
Go away. Go away.
That one's suspicious. He won't leave till he gets a kiss. Or we move on to another cutscene.
I mean, you've already aroused him, so...
Yeah. This is a pre-rendered cutscene, so you know it's important. The other ones were in-engine. The only way to tell the difference is Octavianus' hair changes.
Octavianus is slightly less attractive than he is normally.
Yeah.
Mecanus! Antonius calls for you.
Okay.
What?
What a beautiful voice you have, Octavianus. It was almost convincing.
I'd say it was more than almost convincing.
When did we get this superpower?
I thought it was you. I advise you.
This lends further credence to Octavianus practicing in a closet somewhere.
I shall call the guard.
For this day.
Why did you hide Cassius's body?
Quite a lot of the senators and I think at least 2 emperors enjoyed dressing as women to go out amongst the public, so not out the realm of question.
Yeah.
Rome is already in a state of turmoil, and having this news spread would not be helpful. It would affect the upcoming gladiatorial games negatively.
But
That is the end of our conversation. Do not pry. You will regret it.
So we basically just outed ourselves as being hot on the trail of the conspiracy, knowing way more than we safely are able to know. And he's just going to let us leave?
Yeah, and outing ourselves to potentially one of the conspirators, which is like number 2 on the list of do not do's.
Like our whole plan was, hey, look at me. Like we shouted his name, begged him to turn around.
Hey there, pretty girl in your room.
Yep. Octavianus is getting dumber and dumber with each passing mission.
Like I said, the onion's just sucking the nutrients out of his brain.
Yep. So this is more chariot races.
Yep, we got another 2 of these to go.
Yeah. I think I should like practice these off stream. Because if they get any harder than they just were, that is going to be unbearable to watch. I mean, unless you want to see me take a blind shot at it.
Actually, I tell a lie. The next one is the next proper chariot race, and then we have another boss fight.
Yeah, I was going to say we were about due for a boss fight. Probably coming up on the end of this chapter. It would be climactic if we finished the stream with a boss fight, but it seems unlikely.
Surprisingly, we've got a good long way to go before we get to the end of the chapter.
Oh, interesting.
There's at least another... Yeah, there's another 2 bosses.
Wow.
Before we get to the next chapter.
Okay.
One here, and then one which is a relatively normal fight. Because there is a whole bunch of regular gladiatorial combat to come as well.
Fair enough. That's good news, at least.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you say? Take a crack at these next set of chariot races? Or wrap it up now?
Give the next one a shot, and if you don't get it the first time, then call it a stream.
Yeah, I like that call. Let's do it.
Let's consider this a preview for next week.
Yeah. Let people know what they're in for. Suffering.
More suffering.
Yeah. I want to, like, start in combat, but it seems like it won't even allow you until you get around the first bend.
Yeah. It's, like, in universe, you could easily say that there's, like, an agreement not to attack each other until the first turn is over.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just going to cause, like, a 6 chariot pile up at the beginning.
Yeah. Or it'll be too difficult to control until you get up to a certain speed.
Yeah.
I wish we had more control over when we engage in combat and when we disengage.
Yeah.
But it's all handled automatically. Uh-oh, I got a trident. I did not want a trident. I didn't even see that trident.
Don't think you saw the slave either, because it sounded like you ran them over.
I probably did.
Oh well.
Yep. I think that means no weapon will spawn on the next lap either. Or like for the entire rest of the race.
I mean, if no one else has any weapons, that's a benefit to you.
Yeah, but they do start with their axes.
Yeah.
Let's try and win this as a race. Give that a shot.
Yeah, I remember playing Carmageddon back in the day. And no one ever tried to win any of the races. It was always taking out every enemy on the track. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and actually do this one fair and square. And it was the most boring shit I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, that game is a car combat game, and the fact that it has racing elements is a huge mistake.
Yeah.
You could also win by killing all the zombies, and that was also incredibly tedious.
I was just about to say, you can either win by winning the race, win by taking out all the enemies, or win by taking out something like 70% of the zombies.
Yeah.
Considering there's roughly 5 million of them per map, that's the worst way of doing it.
Yeah. It's like one of the win conditions is killing all the zombies in Left 4 Dead, or Dead Rising.
Yep. No, it's the zombie genocide achievement.
Yeah.
58,000.
Yeah, like if that was one of the ways to win the game.
Just kill everyone.
Okay, I got that guy's wheel off. Shockingly without losing my own.
Cool that any destroyed chariots still remain on the map.
Cool's a word for it. I think I crashed into a crashed chariot during the last lap. Hey, get away from me. There's no way to stop them from fucking up my wheels at this point. Just gotta hope they fuck up each other's wheels even more.
You might actually win this one.
It's possible. For those broken down bastards. Yeehaw! First place.
Holy shit. The crowd seems as surprised as we are.
Yeah. It should be a salvo specifically for coming in first place rather than just killing everybody.
Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd think. But then you get a salvo no matter how the game ended, so long as you got through it.
Yep.
Well, now we gotta take a crack at the boss fight.
Oh, yeah.
Two horses.
Wow, what a douchebag.
Yep. Caution and prudence. Exactly what I'm known for.
Yes, caution and prudence are what I call my fists.
I said we should try and whip this guy,
Yep.
but we didn't get a choice of weapons to start with, so I guess hopefully we start with one.
it seems like this this boss fight is essentially under a timer. You're supposed to beat him by beating the crap out of him as opposed to winning the race.
Yeah. Sextus definitely indicated as much.
Like crap, it's Charasnable.
This is like when you're playing Twisted Metal as like a motorcycle, and then Minion shows up in a fucking tank. Like, why was this allowed to enter the contest?
But it's Minion as driven by Liberace.
Yep. I mean, in Twisted Metal 1, we don't know that Minion isn't driven by Liberace.
You work for him too?
That is a very fair point.
Could be anyone. Could be this guy.
No, that's my new headcanon.
Yep. Yeah, of course we don't start with a whip.
God, even his laugh is annoying.
Yep. Oh, he's got fire bombs.
Yeah, that's not a chariot. That's one of the cars from F-Zero.
Yep. I mean, it is a chariot
Molotov
of
somehow.
a chariot of fire.
So technically, that would really be more Roman or Greek fire. Yeah, apparently, he's a fan of an Oscar speech that's not going to show up for another 2,000 years.
Yep, he coined it. Not getting combat, so hopefully now that I have a whip, I'll be able to fight him.
Is he blocking with these rows?
Something like that.
I don't know if that's amazing or the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
Like, yeah, his rose is his whip.
I was going to say, yeah, it's literally a rose whip, isn't it?
Yep. What's that Soul Calibur character who has that same bullshit?
Ivy.
Yep. It's appropriate in her case, because her name is Ivy.
She does have the dominatrix thing going on.
Yep.
Him, not so much.
Making short work of his health bar, at least. He's not nearly as tough as Agrippa.
This might well be the easiest boss so far.
Yeah, assuming my wheel doesn't fall off. In fact, I'm gonna whoa my horse, go around to the other fucking side.
Yeah.
Once we engage him here, he should be done for, because he takes so much damage from this whip.
Man, 2 more hits should finish him.
Yep, there's the one, and he disengaged, of course.
I reckon you've got this one in the bag already.
Seems likely. Not impossible that my wheel will fall off, though, which would spell doom. He's dead.
Hey!
That means it's impossible not to get the genocide salvo. We murder the people's hero. That makes us the people's hero, not the heel.
You have done it again!
Oh, cheer up. I'll give you a hug.
Oh, he's not dead.
So he's going to go flying off the balcony.
He better. But that's still the worst misuse of genocide in video game history. We killed 0 people and it was declared a genocide.
Okay, now it's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Just a shame we didn't get to do it. Like,
Yeah.
the Shadow of Rome way would have been wrap the whip around his neck, yank him off of the chariot into the spokes of our wheels. But no, he just gets shanked. Boring.
Wait until he gets in front of you, and then whip him off so he goes right under the horses.
Exactly. Didn't they, like, play Shadow of Rome before they made Shadow of Rome? Come on.
Like, what were they thinking?
Exactly. They should have had me make this game, is what every gamer has said about every video game in history.
I mean, Tetris would have been a lot more interesting.
That's for sure. There would have been a lot more corpses in it, like that killer Tetris game you mentioned. So there we go. We succeeded in the boss fight.
Have you not seen what we do to people in the arena? Like, cut your leg off.
Just looking for a save point. There we go.
Why did you accept?
Don't you understand, Claudia? I did it for us.
For us? How is it for us? What is wrong with you?
Wrong with me? I act according to my beliefs. I have nothing more to say.
Sextus!
Leave me. I need to be alone.
No one wants to hang out with Agrippa.
I pissed off everybody. Shouldn't he be, like, getting carried on people's shoulders through the streets of Rome right now? He beat the pretty boy.
He is not my real brother, Agrippa.
I know.
Shocker.
I was very young when I was sold as a slave in Rome. Sextus bought me. I think he sees his dead younger sister in me. He raised me and took care of me.
They tried to make it less weird, and they failed.
Yeah.
And I will always be grateful for all that.
They're a family that sees one another as their own dead biological siblings.
He has not been himself.
That's at least a 7 in the yikesometer for me.
Yeah. They're still not Lannisters, but they're getting there. They might be behind the scenes.
I mean, they've got a while to go before they turn the family tree into a conga line, but not that much more.
Yeah.